G'day and welcome to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to continue our recap of the DB Legends story. So if you're looking for the beginning of the story or the previous part, you can click the top right hand corner. If you're looking for the playlist, you can click the top right hand corner. So let's continue our story. So Nappa is taking us to boot camp. We've proven that we're worthy to be trained by him, although Vegeta is really not that interested in being privy to our training. While we train with Nappa, he tests us out against a couple of the Cybermen and basically essentially tests out our stamina through a couple battles of attrition. Once we've worked our way through a couple Cybermen, we manage to take on Nappa once again, and he takes on each of us individually, trying to test how strong we've gotten after facing these Cybermen. During the course of this, Bulma and Vegeta casually flirt a little bit, which, is always great to acknowledge, and we continue to kind of train and gain our strength. Whilst Nappa is training us, Vegeta kind of comments on, how he's actually seemingly enjoying this, as well as Shallot, who obviously being a Saiyan, enjoys the art of combat. During this, Whis arrives to inform Vegeta that Beerus wants us to face Vegeta as our final test for this training, and that if we're not able to face Vegeta, then Beerus is going to kind of get him a little bit of punishment. So Vegeta basically then decides that our training needs to accelerate, and he actually starts to get involved. And at this point, we're now ready to face Raditz after Vegeta deems us worthy. Once we've finished our training with Vegeta, we find Raditz kind of destroying another town, and basically we also realize that Shallot cannot sense ki. So Shallot basically is taught how to sense ki, although he doesn't really manage to do so. Once getting to Raditz, we manage to beat him. However, he gets a power-up seemingly out of nowhere, kind of like a shadow ki power-up, that basically causes us to have to unite forces and try to take him down together. So this is pretty interesting because obviously this is the end of the Raditz arc, but basically we finally take down Raditz at this point, although the source of this mysterious power-up is not revealed. So it's a good pointer for the future. Once we have taken out Raditz, Beerus and Whis congratulate us and then ask us about our goals. Piccolo awakens from his slumber and then decides to take Gohan to find the Goku from their time period. It's during this kind of little session that we find out the real reason for this tournament that's brought so many different kind of characters and individuals and fighters from different time periods. And basically someone has managed to take the Supreme Kai hostage and demanded a tournament from Beerus and Whis to essentially have all these fighters fight. Now, the big thing is they can't use the Super Dragon Balls to solve anything because essentially the Super Dragon Balls are still dormant after the Tournament of Power. So, what they're doing right now is they're basically treating the tournament and facilitating the mysterious villain's demands, whilst basically having certain fighters like Goku investigate on their behalf. It's at this point that Zaha kind of refuses to assist with the investigation, although we decide that we're going to enter the tournament to act as a front for finding the real villain, and we team up with Jaco and with Bulma to do so. So basically Shallot kind of feels like it's fine to join the tournament. During this process we're looking for candidates, we smell out a couple fighters, but Shallot starts to get a familiar scent from nearby that feels like it's a bit of trouble. However, on the way to this scent he comes across a bunch of Frieza Force members, and these Frieza Force members, weirdly enough, kind of recognize Shallot, like almost as if they've seen him before. However, he has not seen them before at all. During the course of battling a couple of these Frieza Force members and kind of tagging them, trailing them, we come across Dodoria and Zarbon, who basically pose up a little bit of a fight and obviously try to take us on. So Shallot engages them in combat, and they too also seem to recognize Shallot from somewhere, although again, we're not too certain where. During the course of our fight with the Dodoria and Zarbon, however, an attack kind of comes out from left field and basically causes huge damage and endangers a lot of people whilst incinerating the two of them. And it's from a mysterious fighter that looks exactly like Shallot. And this mysterious fighter seems to know who we are, as he quite remarks that he wants to essentially tear off our face, basically. He's really happy to just kind of beat us up. So he doesn't really remark anything else, he doesn't say a name, and he's currently mentioned as the Saiyan in red. So very mysteriously, there's just this fighter that looks like us. Considering there's multiple versions of people from different timelines, this obviously is an option that's running through our head. During the course of our fight with him, Jaco calls Goku, who assists us by going Super Saiyan, and we manage to fend him off and he escapes. Afterwards, Goku decides to train us and test us, and we remark that we'd love to learn, while Shallot remarks that he'd love to learn how to go Super Saiyan. It's at this point that the first section of the story ends, and the second section, or the next section, begins to take off. So hopefully this has been a great recap for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy doing these recaps, they really help me kind of keep in touch with the story. And yeah, but that's it from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.